Tonight, 6 investigates the response from an insurance system that was designed by our state lawmakers. Hurricane Harvey, of course, tested that system, and the response has been mixed. While many have repaired what was damaged, some are still waiting for answers. And that's where investigative reporter Jessica Savage begins our continuing coverage tonight.
It took a while to do it, but we eventually got it done.
Like many people rebuilding from Hurricane Harvey, Jack Jameson had a deadline, but his deadline was deeply personal.
Well, she was stylish.
Jameson and his wife Helen were married for 66 years. Helen's health worsened after Hurricane Harvey. Her dying wish was to move back to their Port Aransas home. And understandably, it's difficult for him to talk about.
For her to spend Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Jameson and his sons made it happen, even though the insurance claim was still in dispute.
They sent me a portion of their payment, but not near enough to cover the damage.
During our visit last week, Jameson showed me around the first floor of his home, which looked like this. It's been 8 months since the Jamesons filed a claim with the Texas Windstorm Insurance Association, and Mr. Jameson tells me he had to hire a company to fight for more insurance money, and that claim is still pending in arbitration. Jameson's claim is one of a couple hundred claims still pending from Hurricane Harvey. That represents a small percentage, says Texas Windstorm Insurance representative Jennifer Armstrong, especially when you consider that more than $1 billion in claims have been paid.
Overall, we feel that we've been responsive for this storm to our policyholders and to stakeholders.
And no one has felt it more than policyholders on the Texas coast. If you own property here, it's highly likely that you have a windstorm insurance policy with the Texas Windstorm Insurance Association. The association is better known by the acronym TWIA. State lawmakers established TWIA in 1971. That was 1 year after Hurricane Celia devastated the Texas coast, and insurance companies refused to provide insurance to those rebuilding. TWIA was the answer, but after Hurricane Harvey, area leaders now say it's also part of the problem.
A lot of people are still struggling with the insurance question and haven't touched their homes simply because the insurance companies have not settled with them.
But Armstrong says the struggle is normal for the insurance process, and the numbers show the system is working. 3 months after Harvey, TWIA has paid 90% of the claims. The average claim for a residential home was about $17,000, and most of the claims were in Nueces County, where Port Aransas suffered the most damage. There, you can see where roofs, walls, foundations were ripped apart by 140-mile-per-hour winds. TWIA calls that kind of damage complex, and it can take longer to process the claims. But here's how Mayor Charles Bouillon summed it up.
Very, very frustrating, and it makes one very angry.
Armstrong says that sentiment isn't lost on them.
Whenever we make a claims decision, we take this seriously, and we do that with the knowledge that this impacts people's lives, that it's not just a decision to be made in a vacuum from Austin.
Because of privacy laws, TWIA says it can't confirm or deny Jameson's pending claim, but we will continue to follow up and let you know what happens with his recovery.